that redesigned half-ton pickups from General Motors are important, well, that would be an understatement.
Yeah, they sell like hundreds of thousands of them a year and they want to improve.
Yeah, absolutely. So these trucks are big business, and we are going to try to figure out what this 2019 GMC Sierra is really all about.
Well, how about we tow a trailer?
Let's do it.
Take it on a light off-road course.
Heck yeah.
But why am I wearing this hat?
Well, that's because we are here in beautiful Newfoundland, Canada. So we're going to show you a brand new GMC and a beautiful province coming up right now on the Fast Lane Truck.
Let's do it. The 2019 Sierra is an all-new truck, and it shares a lot of the underpinnings with the 2019 Chevy Silverado. That means a stiffer frame, of course redesigned suspension, but the engines remain the same mostly. Yes, there is a lot of new fancy fuel management system under the hood, but the numbers, the output remains the same for the two V8 engines. The 5.3 liter is rated at 355 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque, and that one is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. A little bit later on, you can also get it with a 6-speed for a little bit less money. But under the hood of this AT4 off-road package truck, we have the big 6.2 liter V8 with 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. This engine is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission, so this is the big boy.
Just like every automaker is trying to do these days, General Motors did make the Sierra lighter for this new generation using a mixed materials approach. So everything you see on this truck that's hinged, like the doors, those are aluminum. Everywhere else is still steel. Now, probably the most interesting material is the new Carbon Pro bed, which is made out of carbon fiber, although it won't be available until later in 2019. Now, even the frame has been changed here. There's different types of steels used in different places, and overall the frame has lost 88 pounds, and the truck as a whole has lost about 360 pounds. Alright, now it's time to have a little bit of fun, off-road fun, in the new Sierra AT4. So we are on this admittedly weak off-road course that they've set up for us. But you know, it is what it is. Just wait till the guys get this thing in Colorado, and then they can tackle something like Cliffhanger 2.0. So this 2019 AT4 gets a 2-inch lift, it gets Rancho shocks, and then one of the best features is that in the Sierra, the AT4 gets the 6.2 liter V8, whereas over in the Silverado Trail Boss, as of today, you can only get a 5.3 liter V8. So if you want the big engine in the most capable off-road package GM sells from the factory, this Sierra AT4 is it. And for grip, you can get 2 different sets of tires. So our truck here has 20-inch wheels and a set of 33-inch Bridgestone Dueler all-terrains. So we got the big wheels. Now, if you do want a slightly smaller wheel, you can get an 18-inch wheel, also with a 33-inch tire, but that is a Goodyear Wrangler Duratrack. I think the biggest difference is that the Duratracks are going to be a little louder on road, probably pronounce themselves a little bit more, whereas these Bridgestones, you know, driving over here on road were nice and quiet. However, if you did get into the really deep stuff, I think you're probably going to want the Duratracks over these tires.
Here's one thing I noticed. The air intake system is now on the driver's side, not passenger, and it pulls air up high from right underneath the hood, and the air comes in up here through the grill, and General Motors says it improves the air intake temperatures. You want them a little bit lower for better performance, obviously.
All right, we're gonna hit this with a little speed this time. Another benefit in this AT4 for off-roading is all the cameras that have been added to the Sierra. Now, that's not unique to this model. The cameras have been added to every Sierra model if you want them, but they're neat for off-road, especially things like the nose camera. So the AT4 also gets recovery hooks in the front end, so if you do get stuck, you can pull it out of there. So how does it all come together when you're driving off-road? Well, really the biggest difference is that 2-inch lift. You definitely feel it from behind the wheel, and you know, it just makes you feel confident with any obstacles in front of you because you know you're gonna clear them. And then when it comes to power, that's not an issue at all. This 6.2 liter has 460 pound-feet of torque. It's a monster. It has tons of power. It sounds really good. This engine, I love this engine. I really, really do.
Maximum towing rating for the 2019 Sierra stands at 12,100 pounds, but this fully loaded SLT truck here is rated at 9,300 pounds of max towing. How do I know that? Well, there's a new sticker here that's also available on the Chevy Silverados for 2019. The sticker tells you several very important pieces of information for towing. First of all, of course, the GVW, gross vehicle weight, but it also tells you the gross axle weight rating for the rear axle, gross combined weight rating, and also the maximum tongue weight allowed on this truck, which is 930 pounds in this case, which means that's 10% of your maximum allowed tow rating. So maximum rating is 9,300 pounds. I finally get a chance to tow. Right now I'm in 2019 Sierra SLT, crew cab 4x4, and you can think of SLT as more on the higher end of trim levels, also somewhere in the middle, because there's also the AT4 off-road truck and the Denali, of course, at the top. What I'm towing here is 4 ATVs, and the total weight of the machines and the trailer is just over 5,000 pounds according to GMC. The 6.2 liter V8 costs $2,495 additionally, and this also has the premium package for SLT, sunroof, and a few other things for a final MSRP of $61,965. The other cool feature is the big heads-up display. It's in color, it's really high definition, and it has several features including off-road and clinometer. So while you're off-roading, you can actually look through your windshield and see all the stats on your, inclination, side to side, etc. I think it's really useful.
So with this all-new truck arrives all-new styling, and that is one of the biggest areas that separates the GMC Sierra from that Chevy Silverado, which it shares its bones with. Now, overall, I would say this truck has been kind of made less boxy than before. There's more curved lines, more swooping lines. However, the entire aesthetic to me hasn't changed all that much. It feels like GM massaged the look, but didn't necessarily overhaul the look. Now, what we're looking at right here is an AT4 model, which gets this different grille and those red tow hooks, which do look really nice. But we have been driving a Denali for most of the day, and I gotta tell you, I really like the front end on that Denali. That big chrome grille just looks tough and in your face.
And this truck is not having any issues. I mean, it's soaking up the bumps. The SLT also comes standard with the multi-pro tailgate. For 2019, Sierra offers several additional towing driver assistance features. Of course, the 360-degree camera is here. That's very handy, and you can select multiple angles on the camera. You have the trailering app and also the system in the center that has a checklist, which will remind you, to check your brakes and check your lights. Also, what GM is offering is an ability to monitor tire pressure and temperature remotely on the trailer, which is a very handy feature if you're towing a lot, going long distance. The fuel economy EPA ratings for this truck are 15 city, 20 highway, and 17 combined. And we're talking about a big V8 4x4 truck, and that's a respectable number. It's not best in class. So if you want some more fuel economy, you may have to go to like a Ram V8 with an e-torque mild hybrid, or maybe a smaller engine with a GM truck.
One last unique design aspect I want to show you are these wheel wells. Now, I like to call them squircles. It's sort of a square circle, and GM has kind of totally changed this up. They used to be rounded off, and now they kind of mixed in these hard lines with the soft edges.
Really, Steven, squircle? Well, let's talk about some of the numbers for the utility of the new Sierra. First of all, I want to mention the bed. GM has made it wider on the inside now, which I think is a really cool thing because I just recently went on vacation and I needed to put a lot of stuff into the bed of a truck, and you appreciate every inch. They've made it about 3.5 inches wider on each side, so it's about 7 inches. Between the wheel wells is still around 50 inches, give or take. Of course, this tailgate is a special feature. They call it Multi-Pro, and it has like 6 different functions. And now they're even putting speakers in here and lights. So it can really be your tailgate party, or you can actually work with this tailgate by using it in several different modes. I really like this mode where you can kind of do some work because it's got Ranger shocks. It's tuned for off-road, but it can still do some work. Also, the rear bumper has been redesigned with a bigger step on the side, so how many steps do you really need? Oh, you also have cup holders.
What do you think about it, Andre? You're driving. You tell me from behind the seat, how does this thing feel?
It has a lot of room for sure. And we're here on the kind of a country lane road, 2-lane road, and this truck drives nice. I mean, it doesn't stand out in any way, and it's not bad in any way. And like I said, I can actually adjust the suspension, which is nice, and I can feel the little changes as I do it. But I think it's in line with where the newest Ram and Ford trucks are.
The interior of the new Sierra is not a revolution in terms of design. They've tweaked a few things. They've changed the control panel on the left, they changed the center console and some of the steering wheel control buttons here. But there's still a lot of new technology here. We have USB-C charging, wireless charging here. But I think the interior design bar has been moved up by Ram, and GM is not quite there with material quality. And this is an AT4 interior in here.
So lay down some pricing on me.
Yeah, so this 2019 Sierra in US dollars starts right at $35,000.
For a double cab.
For a double cab model, correct.
Extended, yeah.
So now we spent a lot of time today in that AT4 crew cab with the 6.2 liter.
Heck yeah.
Now that thing was worth a total of $65,330.
Really?
And the basic AT4 with no options sells for $53,200. Now we are here in a Denali now. This is the top dog luxury trim when it comes to GMC, and the Denali's standard price is $58,000 even, but then as we have it here with, you know, pretty much every option you can get, this truck sells for $67,595, which sounds about in line with where truck prices are today. I mean, how do you think that compares?
Yeah, I think it's very much in line. The Rebel starts just under 50 or at about 50 grand, and then a loaded one will set you back probably between $55,000 and $57,000. So you can actually push the AT4 beyond it, right? But you're getting that giant V8.
Yeah.
It's almost like the truck is becoming the luxury sedan.
Absolutely, and again, you know, it's just all about compromising less. It's all about being able to have a comfortable ride when you want it, and then have this thing still perform, you know, hard work when you need it to. And that's the beauty of having adaptive suspension like that.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of having a truck.
That's true.
In general, right? You can have your cake and eat it too. Out of all the trucks we drove today, actually they were all 6.2 liters. And the AT4 is rated at 15 city, 19 highway, while the Denali is rated 15 city, 20 highway. So that off-road truck, you do lose a little bit of highway efficiency.
Yeah, but let's just give General Motors credit here, because they actually didn't need to rate the AT4 as its own package, and some of their competitors don't. But that doesn't make sense, because when you take that front air dam off, when you lift a truck, when you put big 33-inch all-terrain tires on it, you're going to make the fuel economy a little worse. We all know that, and General Motors actually chose to rate that truck individually just so that they're giving the most accurate information to consumers, and I absolutely appreciate that. I think that's a pretty cool thing to do.
On paper, the new GMC is not class leading in terms of towing or payload numbers, but there's still a lot of unique features about it.
yeah, you know what? It's not always about being best in class. And I think the real story with this new Sierra is all of the innovative features that GMC has come up with. I mean, that tailgate, all the cameras, there's a lot of stuff here you can't get anywhere else. And I think that's going to be more than enough to draw in tons of customers.
But this was just a first taste. We have to take it back to Colorado and really put it through the gauntlet.
Absolutely.
Literally.
Absolutely. And Ontario. Don't forget about us Canadians.
Right.
So as always, guys, come back to TFL Truck, subscribe for the latest news, views, and
Real world reviews. Ladybug for good luck.
it's the exotic Newfoundland ladybug.
Holy cow. He's pretty aggressive, actually.
Yeah, said to only survive off of cigarettes and bologna.